Alright, YouTube, I have returned. And, whoa, what's going on, YouTube? We're back with Shades, and we're continuing Let's Play Katawa Shoujo. Dear sweet God, I just messed up my entire intro. Whatever. Anyway, last time we left off, we had to deal with Kenji for like 15 minutes. Oh my god, I hate him. Anyway, that is time I'll never get back. I'll get him for this somehow. But right now I have to go to class. I'm the first person in class today, although I think I'm a little too early. Then again, sitting alone here for 20 minutes sure beats having to suffer that time with Kenji. That's so true. I'd rather do that for 20 minutes. And a combination of fatigue, frustration, and boredom start making me feel very tired. I black out for a second, waking up when my head hits the surface of my desk, rubbing my forehead. I realize this is as good a reason as any to stay up for now and stop coming to class so early later. Eventually I hear the tapping sound noise outside the hallway, and Lily's tall figure appears in the doorway. She's not in this class, so she must have had some other business. Maybe she's looking for Hanako. Lily stops at the door, looking hesitant, as if she was a vampire who can't come in unless invited. I consider doing so, but she looks rather lonesome standing there. She steps in on her own accord, after straightening her skirt and shirt collar as if it was of importance to look prim when entering a classroom. Excuse me. She calls into the quiet classroom with a probing, delicate voice. I realize the silence must unnerve her because of her blindness, so I break it. Good morning, Lily. Hisao? Good morning. I didn't hear you come in. I wonder if she thinks it's suspicious I didn't say anything to her before. It's likely if I were to tell her too big a lie now, it would sink me. Well, I was already here, just asleep until now. Oh, have you seen Hanako today by any chance? No, she seems to come in only just before the bell rings, or after that. Do you want me to tell her something for you? No, it's fine. It's strange, but I think we are the only two people in the school right now. I didn't hear anyone else on my way here. I shouldn't have gotten up so early today, I guess. You're chastising yourself for doing something that other people should. Punctuality is a good thing. I think so, anyway. It's a very busy morning today. The festival is coming up soon, and today is the deadline for event registration, budget reports, and the other official paperwork. God, my nose is like, today. It could be that everyone is trying to complete the necessary forms at the last minute. Maybe that's why it's so quiet today. Hi! Oh, hi. This is a trio I never thought I'd ever see. Misha popped into the room with Shizune as if on cue, shouting with a loudness that makes Lily visibly flinch. Hi, Hee-chan. Hi. Look, it's the class representative. Hello! Lily smiles, probably amused by Misha or Shizune's use of the word look. Good morning. Of course, you're not the representative of this class, right? I'm not. Lily seems a little more guarded in her answers to Shizune than she was with me the other day. I guess they really don't get along at all. Then I realize Lily might not actually know how Shizune is present, and she's trying to detect whether or not she is, to know who she's talking to. Why didn't I think of that, actually? It would make sense that, since she's blind, she wouldn't know that she's there. For all she knows, she's talking to Misha, but knowing that she and Shizune are practically inseparable, she might expect Shizune to be the one that actually talks. Damn, how complicated. I decided to help Lily out for my own peace of mind more than anything else. You're here early, Shizune. You were here even earlier than us. Misha puffs her cheeks angrily. Why is she getting angry? Does she feel emotions on Shizune's behalf too? It's not that weird though, that Shizune didn't like my little comment. It's true, I was here earlier than them, so me saying something like that could definitely be misinterpreted as anything. Especially to Shizune, who doesn't have the benefit of hearing tone to gauge intent. Why did I say gauge? Oh god. Before I can start weighing whether or not I should apologize, Shizune has already moved on. Class rep, it's a good thing you're here. We have to talk. The festival's coming up in 3 days, right? Every other class has handed in their projected budget reports for their events. Even the first years. Except you. Wahaha. There's still time to hand it in, isn't there? Today. The deadline is today. You're certainly taking your time, aren't you? If I had it my way, I'd have all the necessary paperwork days ago, but someone had to say deadline, please extend it. Yes, that was me. Planning on something on this scale is not a small task, and a week is too small a time frame for me to expect the whole class to work on such a complex issue completely. Do you want to know what's harder than distributing the funds for one class event? Handling the same matter for every class in the school, and then some. The one who does that is me. Misha puts her hand on her hips and stands upright. Wow, she really is getting into the role. Lily doesn't look like she's very amused, though. Hey, Shizune, aren't you being a little too hard on her? There's still a whole day left. Please, Hisao, it's alright. Lily seems happy I'm taking her side, but a bit conflicted that I might not think she can take care of herself. If this is about the budget, then I'm disappointed you think I have forgotten about it. I understand how important it is. Then, can I have it, please? Shizune, she might not have it on her at this exact second. It's not right here now. I asked 2 students to take care of it for me, students from my class. She emphasizes the last sentence much to my surprise. She knows about Shizune and Misha's efforts to rope me into the student council. I guess word must have gotten around, so now she's using me as ammo against Shizune. This just gets better and better. It was your responsibility. A budget report isn't something that should be delegating away. As class rep, it's your job to be on top of things. This kind of disregard for proper procedure is really just terrible. They completed it, being capable of doing so, but the students have been sick recently, so they could not come to school and give it back to me. If you want it, I will apologize on their behalf for getting sick. Okay. Although Misha misses Lily's little jab entirely, Shizune doesn't, as she seems torn between being offended by Lily's daring and jumping for joy at the prospect of a challenge. What? Really? This is bad. I would feel so awkward. Lily, they don't live here at school. That's a 5-minute walk, you know. What could they possibly have that prevents them from taking 5 minutes out of their busy lives to drop off something that will affect the enjoyment of their entire class? Lily opens her mouth to say something, but Shizune closes the gap between them and starts signing furiously, waving her hands around like an orchestra conductor. Misha tries her best to convey the same passion, but can't seem to lose her normal cheerful tone. The result is interesting and somewhat surreal. And what's with that attitude? I said it's not something you should be delegating away. Are you the class representative or aren't you? Tell me the names of those 2 students. They should have your job if you can't even handle something this simple yourself. Ooh. One form isn't the full extent of what I'm supposed to take care of. Lily's tone is growing slightly impatient, but she's doing a good job of not letting Shizune see how unsettled she is becoming. She's playing her cards close to her chest. Oh god, I feel so awkward right now. Shizune, on the other hand, wraps her fingers cheerfully along the edge of her glasses, knowing Lily can neither hear nor see how excited she is. Of course, you do so much, class rep. It must be difficult being you. Oh my god, I'm starting to dislike these girls. I know this happens, but god. I don't want to hate anyone. I really don't. But why? This gives me such a headache. I feel conflicted. So conflicted. Lily tightens her lips at Misha's words, clearly understanding the intent behind them, even though Misha delivers them without even a hint of the sarcasm which they were meant to have. Shizune and Lily don't like each other, that much is clear, but this seems to be a little much. It seems that Lily has had enough and is ready to push back. Oh my god. This is amazing. What is this JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? This is amazing. This is not expected at all, even though I feel really uncomfortable. I was actually just discussing the budget report before you came by. You must be very talented to have finished all your student council duties so quickly that you could track me down just to make sure I don't forget my own. Are you accusing me of slacking off? It seems like you're confusing me with yourself. I don't think so. That would be a very difficult thing for me to do, comparing myself to you. You're right, the difference between us is like heaven and hell. And it's not hard to guess which one you might represent. Oh shit, so much shots fired. Oh my god. The shade is real. The shade is real. The air between them ripples with the heat of their enmity. Well, not really. They can't disguise it anymore, though. Even Misha looks like she's beginning to understand the real nature of this conversation. Hee-chan, don't you slack off either. What are you talking about? Aren't you taking part in the festival, Hee-chan? You are, aren't you? Then I hope you're going to do a lot more and to make sure it goes smoothly than this person. I hope you're translating. That's really rude. I don't understand why Shizune is suddenly getting mad at me. Oh man. Oh man. I'm guessing in this game the entire everything you do relies heavily on the choices of dialogue you make, because like there's no stats to boost, there's nothing like that. So I'm guessing the girls you mainly talk to are based on what dialogue options you choose and like who you gravitate towards based on those dialogue options. And personally, in this situation, I'm gonna side with Lily because these two are being unreasonable. Like, what the frick-frack? Like, I know you're competitive, Shizune, but dear God, this is not necessary. Like, like, this is not just because these people are handicapped, it's just, why? Be a decent person. Gods. I feel so uncomfortable right now. Ooh, okay, I'm picking this one. Hey, I'm the new guy, remember? It's not like I could have done much even if I wanted. That's right, you shouldn't expect a transfer student to jump right into this on his first week. At least Lily taking my side feels oddly comforting, so I decide to back her up too. Yeah, you're being unreasonable with us both. Excuses, excuses. Miss Class Rep has had plenty of time to deal with her report, and we repeatedly offered you a position to help with the student council work, but you refused to commit yourself to make the festival a success. Oh my god. I'm getting triggered. Well, that triggered is the wrong word, but I'm getting mad. I'm getting so angry. This is so unreasonable. Oh my god. I wish I had my face cam on so you could see my reaction, but oh my god, these two are being so unreasonable and pushy. Yeah, but as I said back then, I'm not sure if. I don't have time for this right now. No matter what I do, it will mean being drawn into a confrontation with Shizune, and this is what she wants. Whatever, forget it. I turn my back at them. Lily, class is going to start soon, so we can talk more later. I'll tell Hanako you were looking for her. I can feel Shizune freezing. Maybe this is the first time she's ever been ignored in such a blunt matter. Does she just want attention, or is she just that competitive? Like, oh my god! I've never gotten this mad before at a video game. What the fuck? This is not cool. Not cool at all. Like, they're being so unreasonable right now. They seem friendly enough, okay? They seem friendly enough. Like, they're good people who just want things to, like, go as smoothly as possible. So I understand them, like, confronting Lily, and she is a week late. So, yeah, she asked for the deadline to be moved. So, yes, she is kind of responsible for that. And, like, she is a bit at fault here. But these people, she's just being so damn pushy. And Misha's just like, I'm just here to translate. I'm sorry. So yeah, Shizune is being really unreasonable right now, and I'm not sure how Misha feels because I can't tell if she's talking or not. I really can't. I'm so mad. I've never been this mad before. Oh my god. Thank you, Hisao. I'll leave now then. She gives me the sweetest smile I've seen all week and turns on her heels to make her exit. As soon as Lily walks out the door, I suddenly start feeling reluctant about turning to face Shizune. I can feel her eyes burning into my back, and can't bring myself to look at her. She must be furious. I keep expecting Misha to say something to alleviate the tension, but is really wanting too much. In the end, I go back to my seat and listen to the sound of Shizune's footsteps as she marches out of the room. She doesn't return until a few minutes before class. Oh, Hanako doesn't come to the morning class at all, leaving her seat looking empty and lonely in the back of the classroom. I had to tell her that Lily was looking for her if I see her later. After the events of this morning, this class is pretty boring in comparison. I turn the pages of my textbook lazily. I have a bit of catching up to do, despite trying to keep up with my studies at the hospital, but I'm not feeling that enthusiastic about it. The clock at the file room sounds unbearably loud. The teacher hasn't said anything in over 7 minutes, instead of opting to cover the board in rows and rows of equations taken directly from the book. The rhythmic clashing of chalk on The rhythmic clashing of chalk on blackboard seems to be synchronized perfectly with the ticking on the clock. I start to copy down the equations just to pass the time, even though they are right there in the textbook. When the bell rings, I'm not in a hurry because I have nothing to do, so I stay for a while reviewing what we covered in class today. I prefer to leave last anyway, so I don't have to deal with crowding in the hallways. I notice Shizune and Misha have also stayed behind, talking to someone from another class. Shizune is signing so fast that her hands make noises like swords cutting through the air. Maybe there's pent-up anger in there. Misha is trying desperately to keep up, but it's clear she can barely manage to even understand her. I put my head down. Whatever they're discussing, it sounds like serious business. Shizune signs to the point where her wrists crackle, and Misha struggles to spit it out in word form. Sometimes she trips over herself, like she's dealing with tongue twisters, and then on top of that, she has to sign back anything the other girl says. It seems like a rough job. Misha looks tired and like she's about to faint. Luckily for her, their business is soon finished, and the girls sit down on their seats again. Ugh, I'm so tired. She's hanging her head limply on her desk, looking exhausted. I used the opportunity to reconcile with Shizune a bit, without getting roped into the student council thing again, though I suspect the door is now closed for me. Festival preparations must be tough for you. Indeed, the people in the school seem to be taking the festival very seriously. Whenever I see people idling around before and after class, they're always talking about their plans for it. It's kind of neat to see everyone being so enthusiastic about it. I'm probably the only one who doesn't have something to do. Shizune scoffs at me at first, as if trying to decide whether to ignore or sneer at me, but in the end she starts signing without doing either. Misha perks up, looking at her hands with a slightly unfocused eyes. She sighs with harsh, heavy, dramatic strokes. Misha translates her signing into speech for me. She does it so well, it's almost like Shizune is actually speaking, transmitting her thoughts directly through Misha. She must have practiced it vigorously. Well, of course, we're in student council, so you know we're pretty busy. It's an important duty of ours to ensure the success of the festival with all our strengths. We should shame ourselves in front of the past student council generations if the festival were to fail. That's why there must be no flaws, I think it was encumbrances, nothing that might make the festival short of perfect. Shizune's passionate speech and Misha's enacting are oddly fitting of them. Oh, hello! I look over my shoulder and see Hanako peering timidly into the classroom. Most of her body is hidden behind the door. Hey, playing delinquent again? Hanako blushes hard at Misha's straightforward jab, even if it was only a jest. Shizune stares at her probingly, causing Hanako to look down and start backing away to the point where only her fingers can be seen wrapped around nervously around the edge of the door. Maybe she's showing her dislike of Hanako by association of her dislike of Lily. It appears so, and Hanako probably knows it as well. What is it, Hanako? Has Lily been here? Sorry, haven't seen Sato. She came by in the morning, though. Hanako keeps looking uneasily at Shizune, who stares back at her with her usual studying gaze. What is she trying to do? Of course, Shizune isn't going to look away, and she's intimidating enough as it is, so I can only imagine how terrified Hanako would be. It's a little uncomfortable watching Hanako's reaction to Shizune's normal behavior. This is what happens when two people of two different extremes meet, it seems. Do you know where she is? If she has any sense in her head, she's in her classroom working on their festival project, but who knows where that woman is loitering at. I'm getting mad again. I'm getting mad again, oh my god. You need to find her? She was looking for you in the morning, but I guess you have missed each other. She waits a little without answering the simple question, looking awfully like she's not sure if she's proper to answer such a question. Yeah. I can come with you, if it's okay. Hanako nods fractionally, still on guard, her shoulders stiff like wood. I get the feeling that she might be more comfortable by herself after all, but it's too late to back off now. She has this really troubled expression she seems to wear almost constantly, one that makes me constantly be on guard myself. I wonder why. I couldn't understand why she always seems to be so wary, or maybe more like why there could be a person like her. But I still have no idea how I should act around such a person. It's dinner time soon. Were you planning to eat with Lily? She nods slightly. So she must have been trying to get in the cafeteria. Well, there's something of a dinner crowd, just like the cafeteria is crowded during lunch. It's not as bad because dinner time is longer than lunch hour, but I can understand why Hanako could be discouraged from going in. I pick up my bag as we take our leave. Hanako skips a little to meet my initial pace, so I slow down to match her speed. It doesn't take long for us to be walking at a comfortable pace down the hallway. It almost feels like we're going for a stroll together, something that I can't say I've really done before with a girl. Hanako doesn't seem to be thinking the same thing, though. Even though we are walking at the same pace, she never comes within an arm's reach of me. I guess she's still a little uncomfortable around me. Given how shy she is, there doesn't seem to be much helping it, at least for now. By the time we arrive at the cafeteria, there's not much of a crowd there, but Lily is nowhere to be seen. Hanako's head sinks even lower than usual. Have you looked somewhere else already? Just at the library. I was reading. So she does spend her classes, she skips at the library. Ah, so not exactly a thorough search then. Well, if I had to guess, she'd be in her own class like Shizune said, right? Right! With the slightest of nods, Hanako agrees with my reasoning. God, she's being so awkward. It's like I need double-layered silk gloves with padding to even begin interacting with her. Some small talk might help her become a bit more used to me. It isn't hard to tell that silence between us is hovering at the edge of both of our minds. So you and Lily usually hang So you and Lily used to hang out together after class, right? Yes. I'm not quite sure what I expected from her answer, nor even why I asked the question. That much was rather obvious after all. She doesn't seem like the type to cultivate a social circle either, so I suspect that Lily may be her only friend. Must be a pain being in different classes, I'm guessing. She gives a sharp, almost reflexive nod. Compared to Lily's careful thought about her actions and speech, Hanako hastens to make her answers as prompt and short as possible. Reminds me of myself, actually. I like keeping things short and sweet, but I'm not as awkward as she is. Lily comes by the classroom, though, even when she's busy. She gives a small smile and she says it, evidently appreciating the fact that Lily goes out of her way to help her. It's pretty cute, really. There isn't any need to say anymore. Both of us content that the discussion has reached its end. What's with my talking today? As we ascend the stairs back into the lobby, we are met by a group of students heading downstairs like a school of fish moving from one feeding area to another. They seem to be keeping mostly to themselves, but before I can notice her doing so, Hanako has moved around behind me. Hey, are you alright? Just keep going. The students pass us without much of a second glance, and Hanako takes up position to my side again as we enter the building, her momentary reprieve from her anxiety all but snatched away. Even as we climb toward the third floor, she doesn't seem to relax. It isn't as if I've never known a shy person before, or even shy girls, but Hanako seems to be pretty far beyond what I'd call normal in her fear of other people. If it weren't for Lily acting as a mediator, I doubt Hanako would have been able to walk beside me like this. She seems to be completely shut down in the presence of others. The rest of the walk up to Lily's classroom continues in strained silence, while I rue in her inability to socialize at all. After we make our way up the stairs, the noise coming from Lily's classroom is audible from halfway down the hallway. I wasn't expecting such a din at all. But I guess we found her. It wasn't hard. Did Hanako come here first and come to me for backup, I wonder? Well, if that's true, then at least she's starting to trust me a little. That can only be a good thing. Eventually, the two of us reach the class 3-2, with Hanako less than subtly positioning herself behind me. I open the door. Inside is a hive of activity, seemingly every student in the class talking at once as they work hurriedly and on their separate tasks. Going by paint cans, decorations, and banners being made, it must be for the upcoming school festival. I guess my first priority should be finding Lily. There. Finding her among the din is surprisingly easy, not the least because of her looks. With a couple students gathered around her as she stands in front of the class, she seems to be in charge of the preparations, or at least busy organizing them. Carefully negotiating a path with the various students hunched over the floor for lack of desk space, I raise a hand entirely out of habit as we finally reach Lily. Hi, Lily. She perks her head up as she breaks up talking to a noticeably smaller girl who must be her classmate, trying to listen as best she can. Sorry, who? Sorry, he's out. I have Hanako too. Hi. She's pretty skittish considering the number of people around. It isn't too hard to work out why. Lily takes a moment's pause to assess the situation before turning to the other students once again. For the moment, just ask Moria for his advice. Kenji's busy with painting one of the banners already. Ugh, Kenji's in this class. Can I go? Can I leave? Please? A quick nod as she bounces off, fingers carefully sliding along the wall's face for orientation. Wait, Kenji? That Kenji? I quickly turn about, leaning to the side to see past Hanako. Sure enough, in the corner of the room, Kenji's hunched over a sheet of cloth as he paints it. His eyes remain only inches from the brush, reminding me of how close he has to be to make out my face when I met him. Sorry about that, our class doesn't have many students with even partial eyesight, so they're high in demand. That's right, class 3-2 was especially for students with poor vision. Preparing for the festival must be pretty arduous for them. Need a hand? I could give you some help if you need some. Maybe Hanako could too. A chance to set her mind on something would do her good, but I doubt she has the courage to ask outright. She quickly nods in affirmation afterwards, so I'm confident I made the right move. Lily gives a noticeable sigh of relief. Oh, that's good. This might actually get finished before everyone goes off to dinner now. Would you be able to help the person painting the main banner? It's a big task for him to do, but nobody else can help. Kenji? Sure. No, don't send me to deal with Kenji. No. She seems a bit surprised that I know him. I can't really blame her. I take it you've met? Our rooms in the dorm are right next to each other. Hard to miss each other, really. Well, it's good to see her getting friends so fast. Friend. I wonder if that's the right word to use for him. Hanako's silence during the proceedings reminds me of the reason I put her up to help put up helping her in the first place. We'll go help him then. He knows what he needs doing, right? That's right. Just ask if you have any problems. Carousing in assent, Hanako and I begin another trek across the classroom. Kenji sits crouched on the floor, his gaze fixed on the white calico in front of him. Hey Kenji. No answer. He continues dragging his paint silk brush along the large half-painted kanji that's sketched on the sheet in pencil. Kenji? Huh? What? Who is it? If this is the way he treats his class members, it's no small wonder he's working on this alone. It's me, Hisao from the... Right, I know that man. What are you doing here, though? His dismissive attitude annoys me. He must be the type to get really focused on his work, hating to be disturbed by anyone until he's done, I suppose. While we talk, the sound of Hanako's footsteps as she walks out from behind me reminds me that she's here. I was going to help with the Banako, Hanako and I, that is. Hello. Oh, hey, I guess that's okay. As soon as Hanako enters the equation, his demeanor takes a complete about-face. His sudden faux pas hospitality is slightly unsettling. Oh right, women. On second thoughts, this may not be as great idea after all. Hanako and I grudgingly set ourselves down the opposite side of the cloth banner to Kenji, noting that several small paint tins on the ground around him. Class 3-2. Why do you say 3-2? Noodle stall? You guys selling noodles at the festival on Sunday? Yeah, some stalls outside or something. His non-committal nature sparks a fair amount of suspicion on my behalf. The task at hand comes first, though. So, how do you want to split this? We do borders while you do text, or do you want to switch and do the borders? Text is mine, you do borders. He has surprisingly strong feelings on the topic. As I reach over to grab a brush, I notice Hanako already debating between colors to use. By the time I put brush to the cloth, she already started on a delicate pattern. Looks like my idea of taking her mind off everyone around her worked. With a dark blue stroke, the three of us silently get to work. Not before Kenji takes advantage of Hanako's work and to lean towards me and whisper conspiratorially though? Okay man, why are you here? Hanako just wanted some help to find Lily, that's all. He apparently disapproves of my motivations. I get it, it looks like I misjudged you. You're infiltrating them, aren't you? Going deep undercover. I can't handle this, this is evil. Oh my god. He's so annoying. I should have guessed. Letting the truth slip by him would probably be better than outright lying or annoying him in any case. Is that why you're here? Obviously it sucks, but there's no better way to get intel than going in yourself. We gotta stick together, man. It's a harsh school, a harsh world. Yes, very harsh. He mentions my true meaning as he leans back, satisfied I'm sympathetic to his cause. I'd better get down to work. Finished. Oh, finished! Looks like I am too. Good job. The two of us connect up the lines of our patterns, mine being as close to a copy as I could manage of hers. With a grunt, I lever myself up from the floor and look around. Aside from Hanako and myself, there's only Kenji left finishing off the sign as well as Lily and a couple of students talking among themselves in the classroom. Looking at my watch, it's no surprise. It's getting pretty late. Need a hand? I offer a hand to Hanako, which she uses to get herself up. As she does, I can't help but glance at her wrist, and if her scars extend even to there, just how much of her body was burned. I have a pang of guilt about it, however, as she quickly covers her wrist with her other hand. Looks good, doesn't it? She looks surprised for a moment before noticing that I met the banner. It does, I guess. Her smile shows that she feels a slight sense of pride in the result, just as I do. With the floor significantly neater for the decorations being placed on desks and shelves, it's much easier to get to Lily as we cross the room. We finished the banner. I guess that's all that needs to be done. Lily gives an appreciative nod. Thank you, Hisao, Hanako. If there's any way I can thank you. It's fine. Beats sitting in my room studying at any rate. I don't mind either. She nods before suddenly remembering one last person. Oh, is Kenji still there? Just as I open my mouth, Kenji gives the answer from the other side of the room. Yeah, just finished. He carefully slides his sign into the empty section of the shelf to dry, before quickly walking past us and out the door. See you, man. Bye. The remaining two students say their goodbyes to Lily before taking their cue to leave as well, leaving only the three of us. Well, I guess that's everyone. I hope we don't have to do anything like that again. Working past school time? Indeed, this class plans this year were ambitious, maybe too ambitious. The stalls look nice, though. She's right. It shows that a lot of work's gone into them. My, I'm sure that a lot of us would be glad to hear that, at least now that there's not much work to do until the festival itself. It's getting pretty late. Should we go? That's probably a good idea. Are you going back to the dorms as well, Hisao? Yeah, I guess I'll tag along. And I'm gonna have to end this one here. As much as I would love to keep going, I have to end this part here because I'm trying to keep strict to a 30-minute times. So, thank you thank you everyone so much for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, hit that subscribe button. And you are now exiting the Shadyverse. My name's Shades, and I hope you've enjoyed your day in the shade. See you guys later.